Oh, yeah.
It's time for episode number dos.
Crib reactions.
Book of Boba, episode 2. How you feeling, people? Did you love it? Are you rocking with it? Tell us right now.
I'm loving it. They loving it. We loving it like a Big Mac with extra mac sauce.
Extra mac sauce.
Exactly. I like it messy.
That's sounding real aggressive for no reason. This is a reaction show about Boba Fett, and you want to make it extra greasy, extra mac saucy.
Exactly. It's like a Mondo burger.
Let's jump into things so we can get our audience right into it. They need to go ahead and support our channel. Like, comment, subscribe, but ding a bell the heck out of it.
Bing bong.
That was much better.
Exactly.
You should have seen we just recorded and he had a terrible bing bong. But anyway, follow me on Twitter, Papa Oblock. Follow this Felix Supreme 305 on Twitter and get him to 5K, road to 5K, and we'll have a giveaway once you get to 5K.
Exactly. If you help me get to 5K, the first 5 commenters, you get a special present out of Gavin's closet.
No, we're not doing that.
Yes.
We're talking like a gift card or something. People, maybe some chicken fillet, maybe some official sponsored, non-sponsored Twisted Tea. But I'm actually drinking water this episode. Boo! Everyone, boo the water. We want Twisted Tea.
Actually, I think they want something better than that. They want some Jordans out of Gavin's closet.
No, they're not getting the Jordans, but you know what they can get? They can get the main channel videos.
Exactly. If you haven't heard, we got the best page, the best podcast in the world, best podcast in the world.
You went from city to state, just the whole world. Okay,
exactly.
I go with it. I'm rocking with it.
Number one independent in the world. We doing no guests. We ain't with none of that foo stuff.
We have guests all the time.
Flame stuff. None of them celebrity guests.
Oh, okay.
That fake stuff.
I want to get some celebrity guests eventually. I would like to see that. But there's a QR code. Subscribe, comment, like. And then if you haven't seen our episode number 1, Boba Fett, Crib Reactions, EP1, groundbreaking information there. Not really. It's just a good time. But chapter 2, the tribes of Tatooine. Let me go ahead and jump out the way they say so you can see the picture.
Speaking of a good time, but not a long time.
It looks like he made it out. And they had the little prelude at the beginning, and we jump right into it where they're catching up with the little assassin that they caught. They said, you tried to slide, but now we caught you. Exactly.
And if you don't remember, last episode, Boba Fett.
Boba Fett community, if you see my co-host on the street, you have my full permission to roundhouse kick him in the back of the head. We will not press charges, and I might give you a high five.
You should get a copyright strike for saying stuff like that. But like I said, if you remember last episode, they left off. They got ambushed. The assassin warrior lady, chased down 2 of the
Fennec Shand. Yeah, she chased him down. She killed one, let one live. We catch up with them. They're in the palace, and they're trying to get him to snitch.
And then I'm over here thinking like, this is too easy. He's just gonna give it up. And he was like, no. People of their culture, they don't snitch.
He looks like a Mortal Kombat dude.
I thought he was Scorpion.
Scorpion's cousin.
Nope. But Scorpion's cousin's not a bee. Because if you realize, they've been talking about this since I guess he's in what's the name's old dungeon? I mean, whatever.
He's in Jabba's old dungeon, and he threatens him with a rancor because Jabba's known for having a giant rancor.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to get eaten, so he pulls a 6ix9ine and snitches immediately.
Exactly. He didn't last 3 seconds. You didn't even see the monster. Matter of fact, you saw a little Mickey Mouse. He got scared of Mickey Mouse.
So you know what happens when they snitch? You got to go see who's trying to come and get you.
Exactly. And then know what's funny? They was like, who sent you? He was like, the mayor. And I was like, I knew
it. The mayor sent a little hateful dude. That dude was talking trash. He's like, oh, I don't have a gift for you, but you need to give me one.
No, not him. You talking about the assassin. The
No, I
assassin.
was talking about I didn't like the mayor's little aide.
Oh, the little aide, his
Yeah.
assistant.
Yeah, and then when they go to the mayor's place and they run into him, I thought it was funny as heck whenever he just like kind of like goes right past him to see the mayor.
Exactly. It's just like, when you see the movie shows, when you're like, I want to speak to your boss. And you're like, I'm sorry, the boss is busy.
Like,
And
not today.
you're like, not today. You better get out the way. And then you bust open the door, and he's eating a bowl of shortbread ice cream, getting his toes painted by the Saturday Night Special. And it's Tuesday.
That doesn't even sound right. That doesn't even sound legal. Just like this next shot. What happens here? He got bedinged right in the neck.
Exactly. As soon as they were like, as soon as they were like, hey, we got your little pet here, he was like, what? He was like, he told me that you sitting him after me. He was like, I don't even know who you are. And he played it off so smooth, and then he popped him in the neck, because snitches get stitches, because you already know.
That's funny as heck.
Snitches get stitches.
But I mean, he popped him good. Like that was a perfect shot that I caught here. Was right when he was catching him in the throat. That is a money shot. If you're hunting, you shoot deer. I mean, you don't shoot him in the neck, but that is one way to put somebody down.
And then you should have saw the Stancy. The Stancy got in. Man, you knew he wasn't gonna miss. Look at that. He was ready.
No, but I love this scene. I love the whole little conversation and them kind of like going back and forth and having their little jabs with each other. I thought it was great, and I like that he kept the helmet on. Keep the helmet on. If I have to say keep the helmet on one more time, I'm going to uppercut Dave Filoni and all the creators, and they need to keep the helmet on Boba. Exactly. He's much more mysterious like that.
And who's this person? Who's his mayor? Who's that?
I guess he's just the mayor of the city. But he revealed that he's not the one going after him. In that,
do you believe it?
I believe it, because basically what happened next, he tells him to go check it out for himself, and he goes to the little brothel spot that he was at, and the girl's acting weird there, the Twi'lek, and then they're like, they could hear the drums, and then they could hear litter, and then guess what pops in? Doo-doo-doo. It looks like it is...
two big turds. It looks like we're Gavin leaves in my toilet every time we wake up from a long Saturday night. No homo.
That's not even right. That is so wrong on so many levels. But basically, it's Jabba's cousins. It's two Hutts that are coming, and they have the
people holding them up.
Or it's not a Chewbacca, but it's a Wookiee bounty hunter. If you know, he's from a bunch of classic video games. He has a name. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. Everyone's butchering it on the internet. If you watch Star Wars Theory, he butchered the name. But he's a super awesome, crazy assassin. I like that he was snarling at Boba Fett. I thought it was about to go diggity down. I was actually surprised when they walked away, because I was ready for things to pop off.
Yeah, it didn't. This scene right here didn't make any sense. First off, when they were carrying carrying the big snails, I was like, this is a lot of weight. I'm pretty sure they're not strong enough to hold them. But then they kept walking. I'm like, and they walking and they beating the drums at the same time. This is new, next level talent.
Well, and it's crazy because whenever they separated, they're like, oh yeah, we need permission to kill the Hutts.
Like, so I'm like, this?
I guess like they're super connected in the mob, and if you kill them, then you're basically having like a never-ending war. Mm-hmm. So they gotta figure some way around that, or figure some deal to barter.
And then it was funny as hell when they came, he was like, you can't take over this land. This is our land. And then he pulled up that little shield thing that showed up the little deed to the land.
I could give an F about your tablet.
He's like, fuck your deed.
God dang. He said, freak your deed, right?
Freaky dicky.
Yeah, that's what he said. But anyway, Boba goes right into the back to tank. And he's basically, he said, F that. I'm going to go for a spa session. I'm going to do some healing. And we jump right into a flashback.
So, and then in this episode of the book of
Boba,
Book of Boba,
Book of Boba,
the Book of Boba.
Yeah,
there wasn't a lot of scenes of him going like flashing back, which was actually kind of good. Like, I finally got a chance to see.
I like the Sand People. I mean, some people are hating on it, but the Sand People, it reminds me of Dances with Wolves. It reminds me of The Last Samurai, kind of where you get captured and then you actually learn the ways of the people that captured you. So it reminds me a lot of that, but they jump right back in. He's doing training, and then the crazy, super effing fast train comes.
And then it's a drive-by shooting.
They did it. They spun the block, and they spun again.
Exactly. And then the whole time, I kind of understood this whole scene. I'm like, why are they just randomly shooting? And I'm like, this must be a random attack.
Yeah, it was some kind of a crazy attack, but they ended up surviving. Some of them died. They buried them. They did it on fire, and then basically he talked to him and says, "I need a gun," and what's it called? Dang, what's the stick called again?
I forgot.
I was just telling it to you.
I forgot. But yeah, he was like, I need a gun. He's like, I need a gun, and I need this. Nah, I'm gonna see you guys in the morning. And he's like, I'm gonna stop this train. And I'm like, you gonna stop the train by yourself?
Yeah,
like,
that was confusing at first.
They just spun the block on the whole crew.
I thought that he was gonna attack the train by himself. I didn't realize that he was going to get motorcycles so they could attack the train.
Which was funny. And then I wish you got that same picture. When they were in the little coffee shop. So they go to
Oh yeah, that's Tashi Station. That's actually from a deleted scene in the original Star Wars: A New Hope. That he was at Tashi Station and they recreated it, and that's where this kind of bar fight was at Tashi Station.
Exactly. And then, so they start off in the Tashi Station. You have this one little, this American human couple, one guy, one girl.
Yeah, that's a picture right there.
Well, they got one guy, one girl. They're sitting down. They shivering in their timbers because they can't eat food. They can't do anything because what's the name of these people?
Oh, the gangsters.
The gangsters.
I forget their name. They were Star Wars Theory did a video about who they are. You have to be like really into the comics to know it, but they're basically some gangsters, some hooligans that go around robbing and causing mischief. And he was like, forget that. I'm going to get a little get back on these jerks and I'm going to steal their bikes so we can complete this mission.
Exactly. It was like, basically it was like a motorcycle gang. Picture that. It's a guy walks into a bar full of the motorcycle gang and he's like, you know what? I need your guy's car. And they were like,
I need your guy's car.
What? And then he beat them all up. And it was crazy. It was one guy versus like 10. And then I'm sitting here like, okay, so you beat up 10 guys to steal one motorcycle? This really doesn't make any sense. And then that's what happens. It flashes to the next scene.
Oh, the stick that he was beating the heck out of him with is a gaffy stick. I'm so sorry. I usually know that, but I had a brain fart. So please forgive me on that one, Star Wars fans.
I said, imagine that. Everybody's like, you goofy, it's a gaffy stick. A gaffy
You
stick.
goofy, it's a gaffy.
It's like, it reminds me of like when I used to watch my podcast on the radio. And Gavin was like, these guys are stupid. They'd be like,
you watched a lot of dumb podcasts. You're not top tier quality like what we're putting out.
They used to be like, what color is the sky? And then the people were like, gray. And Gavin's like, it's blue. You dumb. You bum.
You're going crazy.
And then like 5 seconds later, like, it's blue. And you're like, that's so stupid. I would have been sad.
But anyways, I love the training. I love them hopping on the bikes. I love that the sand people were jumping across the bikes and busting their butt over and over again, trying to learn it. And then I like the one where he actually lands it and he gets so excited that he leans back too far and falls off again.
That's the funniest part.
And then they come to spin the block again, but they're ready.
I know, and then you're going too fast. So back to the story. He beats up the bar. He beats up the gangsters in the bar.
We already covered that.
He steals. Well, he steals one motorcycle.
This is what I want to talk about. I noticed this too. You actually mentioned it while we were watching this. Throw us on the screen. But it looks like that he steals, I think,
like 5 or 6 bikes.
I think it was like 4 bikes. In the scene, it looks like he has 4 bikes. One, and he's pulling 3.
Exactly.
And then whenever the train comes back and they get on it, they have like 7 bikes. It makes no sense. I just noticed that because I've watched the episode like 3 times. What the heck was that? Is this the Matrix where you can just make things come out of thin air? We need an answer because I'm catching on to you. And I'm going to watch it probably one more time, and I might comment below if I find anything else.
I know. And and it's quite sad. It's like they really didn't have a plan. It's like they spent the whole time trying to learn how to ride the motorcycles. They forgot
Well,
about
they had
everybody
like
else.
they had like a baby plan because remember he gave the kid like the little shiny thing,
Uh-huh.
and then they had like the snipers set up on like a second wave of snipers to give them cover fire whenever they try to board the train with the speeder bikes. But yeah, I thought I liked the scene. It was very western, very cool, and oh yeah, there you go. There you can see them jumping on the train, and then that's when the real action started, and they started fighting.
And it was crazy. It was a blood. Well, not really a blood bath. It
Blah
was
blah.
a blood bath. It was as a hand, fist, and stick contest. He was just walking around beating everybody with sticks.
I thought it was hilarious. Him just jumping around and going waka judo chop mother effer.
And then it didn't make any sense because they climbed on top of the train, right? And everybody's like, as soon as everybody climbs up the ladder and they realize that people are on top of the train, they get knocked off the train.
Oh yeah, because you could see the engine. It has a weird engine where it's on top, so they just kept on cranking that mother up, trying to blow everybody off. But I love the scene. I guess it's the trainer. I think it's the chief's wife, the one that trained him.
Uh-huh.
That's in the dark. Wherever she jumped on the train with the eighth speeder bike that came out of nowhere, and and then she starts. They're like these guys pop up, and then like she starts pulling them down one by one. I like that part. That was funny.
Exactly. And then you should have seen the conductor of the train was his robot. So by the
Yeah,
time
we got to look into that robot. He was pretty cool.
as soon as they came to the conductor pit, the robot jumped out because he already knew he wanted no part of this.
I didn't understand that. It's a robot. Why is it thinking about its own safety? It should be programmed to maintain the train. I, I don't know.
I don't know, but I think like that somewhere along this movie TV show, that robot's gonna come back.
The train robot?
The train robot's gonna come back.
Mm.
And then so and I didn't even know on top of that it was like other people in here, the fish people.
The fish
It
people.
was Finding Nemo.
No, they were from Solo, a Star Wars story. And basically, here, I'll switch the scene on them. But this is where they got the train to crash, and they're the Pikes, and they're drug dealers. And he was like, "You better answer these questions right." And he's like, "I don't know what spice is."
Oh
And
yeah.
then that container pops open, and he's like, "That's spice,
That's
dummy."
Spice.
And then he was like, "I'm gonna let y'all live, but you gotta pay."
What's wrong with Spice?
It's not, it's just drugs.
Mm.
They're drug dealers, basically. The Pikes are drug dealers.
So this is a freight train carrying illegal drugs and stuff.
And supposedly, like, Han Solo's girlfriend in the Solo story runs the organization that this drug company is. So they're like thinking that she might pop up in a later episode with the Red Dawn.
It's all coming together. It's all coming together.
Yeah, but they let the Pikes leave. They gave them a little bit of water, and
That was too nice.
And they said that you got to start paying the Sand People, or they're gonna start fighting back. And now they got heavy. They got the nice guns. They got the Rambo guns. The Sand People are ready to do some action. They're ready to turn some TVs off.
Exactly. And now they know they need to check in with the Tuscans because if they don't check in, they gonna get checked out.
Get checked out. But then after that, take us off, sir. It's a beautiful picture here. Thank you. Looks like that they accept him into the tribe, and this is the first phase of acceptance, of initiation. Yeah, that's very good. And there is a lizard that goes crazy. When I first saw this, I was like, "Is this Mulan? Is this guy getting a cricket and a lizard that he can just keep on his shoulder and like
a pet, like a pet that's gonna give him answers like Pikachu."
Yeah, I thought like Boba was gonna have a lizard that like lived in his helmet or something from now on, but no, he like sprayed him with like some sort of drugs.
Pixie dust.
Pixie dust. We'll just call it pixie dust. And then the little lizard was like, "I want some too. I'm getting some of that," and it crawled in his brain.
It was crazy. He almost got honey mustard. I was like, "What's going on?" It's like, "What kind of gift is this?" And then he was like, he opened the gift up. He was like, "A lizard?" He's like, "You of course, guy." He's like, "I'll follow this lizard. I'm gonna love this lizard. I'm gonna treat it like it's my son." And he was like, "No, the lizard's gonna make you follow him." And then He hits him in the face with the pixie dust, and next thing you know, the lizard goes up his nose.
No deal. No deal.
No bueno. No bueno.
I mean, I thought that was hilarious. And then he goes on a trip, and basically, we'll show it here. Here's him going to the trip, and he sees this crazy dream. It's like flashing back between having his armor on and looking regular, and then like the tree starts hugging him, and he starts fighting, and he gets a branch, and then he Hadouken a branch off.
Then he gets hungry, and he breaks it. He breaks a piece of that Slim Jim. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's go, Brandon.
No, man, we're not doing nothing political. You're gonna get us banned on episode.
Nah, but
I don't even think you're allowed to say that.
But honestly, I thought it was gonna be more to this hallucination. Besides the fact that he got bear hugged by a tree,
and then it was a nice tree.
Exactly, and it didn't make any sense. As soon as he woke up, and noticed
he had a big stick. He was a man walking with a big stick.
I can't even say what I was going to say because he's not black.
We're not going there. We're gonna keep it rolling because we're not gonna redo this episode a fourth time.
No, but honestly, so I'm like, so you're telling me he sprayed pixie dust in your face?
Mm-hmm.
You had a lizard crawl up your nose, and all you came on with was a stick.
Hey, but you know what? He got accepted even more because they gave him some clothes. They finally clothed him and gave him that swagger swag.
Exactly. Finally, a Boba Fett was official OG. He Trey 5 gangster now.
Yeah, and they with that branch that he got to shape his stick the right way, if you know what I'm talking about.
And it, it really didn't make sense. So he breaks a stick, right, like a Slim Jim.
Waka.
Then he takes it to like this this little
and his
workshop.
Stick is full. He mended his stick,
and for some reason the stick goes from being a stick to being a metal stick, which makes no sense.
No, they put metal pieces on it, and I think they ended up like cutting it and like combining it one piece into another. But they used wood and metal, and then they also like burned and charred pieces. It looked official. It looked like you could definitely murk someone with one of those sticks.
But it didn't look like wood anymore, I can tell you that. It looked like it was no parts of wood.
And then they jumped him, because that's what happens when you go into a gang. You got to get jumped in, and they stomped him. And then he rose victoriously, put on his robe, and said, I'm here to stay, Tusken Raiders. I'm your new leader.
Exactly. Wait, he's a leader now?
No, I'm just kidding. Oh. He's just accepted.
He's about to say, he give it up easy over there in Tusken area.
Tusken's giving it up real easy.
Sound like my friend. No comment.
Whoa. Calm down over there, sir.
What you gonna say to Joe Biden?
But look, you could leave us on screen or not. I thought we looked cool. I thought we looked like we were part of it. I could put my hood on. I could look like Boba.
And banging a gang.
No, I'm kidding. My hood is small. I have one of those small hoods.
So, I mean, now that he's officially part of the crew, part of the gang.
But this was a flashback.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, because this is what happened to him after Return of the Jedi, when he fell in the Sarlacc pit. Excuse me. So this is the flashback showing how he got cool with the Tuskens. Now I'm wondering what's going to happen going forward with him and the Hutts. But what do you rate this episode out of 10? You go first, and then I'll give my real critic review.
I give it an 8. What?
8 out of 10?
8 out of 10.
Not even 8.5?
Nah, 8 out of 10.
You look like you enjoyed this episode.
I know.
All right, 8 out of 10 is a solid score. That's what I gave the first episode, and I believe that this was better than the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
I gave it a 9 out of 10. I would really say like a 8.75 out of 10, because I wish we had more time in the current time, and not like, because it was like 20 minutes of regular stuff and then like 40 minutes of flashback.
You think so? I think it was the other way around. I think it was more of him
it was just at the beginning. They is where they had the continuing the story, and then you had like 30 or 40 minutes of him with the Tuskens, which is all flashback. But I think the Tuskens are gonna come and play a big part in a future episode. Maybe when the Hutts come back, maybe they'll give him some backup.
Maybe we don't know. But you know what you guys need to do?
You need to support this channel. It's new. It's the redheaded stepchild of Tales from the Crib. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know when we mess up. Correct us. We don't care. Just comment anything. Follow me on Twitter at Papa Oblak. Follow this at Felix Supreme 305. Get him to 5K on Twitter, and we will do a giveaway. This has been another shocking Tales from the Crib production. There's our QR code. Subscribe to the mother effing channel.
Bing bong.
And look, there's our beautiful picture of Lando and Han Solo right there, having a good old hug. That's our logo for Crib Reactions, and we will be reviewing every episode of the Book of Boba Fett, and then we will, always give our ratings out of 10 at the end.
Exactly. And just so you know, if she's not a Tusken warrior,
she can be your Tusken Raider. I don't even know where you were going with that. But let's go ahead and take ourselves off the screen. We could vanish like ghosts, and we will see y'all next episode. Thank you for watching if you've watched this far.